Okay, so let me move on to the next topic, which is quite similar to that of inductance. So all the derivations which come across in this chapter are related to inductance, what we did in the previous session, which is capacitance of a single phase two-wire system. So here, single phase line or single phase wire. So you have a single phase line where you will be having two conductors, say A and B. So one forms the forward path and the other forms the reverse conductor or the return path which is being present there. So next, what do I need to do? I need to find out the capacitance of two conductors of a two-wire line. So is the charge on the conductors per unit of the potential difference between them, and the capacitance of the line per unit length has been generally, which is given by the capacitance Q is equal to, sorry, C is equal to Q. Yes, the capacitance has been given by C equals Q divided by V. So this is one thing which is being present. So C equals Q divided by V. So that is farad per meter. So per meter length of the line is to be considered. And this is the figure which is being present there, RA and RB. So you have a distance called as D, and the radius of the individual conductors is RA and RB. So generally at the end we will take RA equals RB equals R. So and one of the conductor will have a positive charge and the other conductor is having a negative charge. The positive conductor charge is generally A and the negative conductor charge is said to be B. So in terms of Q and V, we have written the equation. So if I consider a single phase OHTL, that is overhead transmission line, so you have two conductors, say A and B, which are separated by a distance D. The charges on each conductor respectively. Yes. So once I talk about the charge, it is the plus Q and the minus Q charge which is being present there. So these are the charges which are being present in A and B. Plus Q on A conductor, minus Q on conductor B. So the voltage drop between these two conductors can be obtained by finding the potential difference between the two conductors. If I want to find out the potential difference between the two conductors, so the first thing what do I need to take is the voltage drop due to the charge Q on conductor A, and then finding the voltage drop due to the charge minus Q on the conductor B. So if I want to find VAB, I'll be finding out VA first, that is the voltage drop due to the charge Q on conductor A, and then finding the voltage drop across the charge minus Q on conductor B. So again, we are going to take the principle of superposition. The voltage drop between conductor A and B is obtained by adding the voltage drop caused by each charge alone. So each charge will cause an individual voltage drop. So VAB due to plus Q and VAB due to minus Q, if I add both of them, I'll be getting VAB at the end, which is the voltage drop across two conductors. So VAB equals Q divided by 2 pi epsilon ln of capital D by RA, and the charge which is negative minus Q divided by, the minus sign is to be included, which is minus Q divided by 2 pi epsilon ln of the other one, that is the flipped one, which is the radius of B, that is the conductor B divided by D. So taking out the common factor Q divided by 2 pi epsilon ln of D divided by RA minus ln of RB divided by D. So at the end, you are getting the equation of voltage drop across two conductors, which is VAB, which is given as Q divided by 2 pi epsilon ln of D squared divided by RA times RB. So that is being given there. So next what you can find out is the capacitance of the conductor, that is between the conductors. CAB equals Q divided by VAB. So it is being given as 2 pi epsilon divided by ln of D squared divided by RA into RB. So epsilon is being calculated as epsilon naught epsilon R. So that's how you can calculate epsilon, which is for relative permittivity epsilon R equals 1. So you have the conductors to be in air. So epsilon R CAB, if I want to find out the capacitance, CAB equals 2 pi epsilon naught ln of E square divided by the product of RA and RB. And again, if I want to find out the capacitance CAB, so 2 pi epsilon naught ln of D squared by R squared. So how would I write that? Ln of D by R, the whole squared. So you can write it as 2 times ln of D divided by R. 2 to get cancelled out. So you are left out with pi epsilon naught divided by ln of capital D by R farad per meter. So if I want to take per kilometer value, I need to multiply by 10 power 3 to this equation which is being given here. That is given as farad per kilometer at the end. So next, what do I need to find out? I need to find out the neutral point on the conductor. If there is a neutral point, assuming the conductors are there at a minimum distance, or say maximum or minimum distance to be taken, and if I take a point N which is at a midpoint or somewhere, which is generally called as a neutral point, so one of the conductors to the neutral point, what would be the capacitance? So it is generally given as Cn. It is equal to Can equals Cbn, and it is given as 2 pi epsilon naught ln of D divided by R. So it is generally the terms which are being present there. So 2 pi divided by epsilon naught, so D divided by R. So simple changes there. So you can find out with the appropriate equations to be followed. So next one, so what is generally given, the equations derived so far are based on the assumption where there is a uniform distribution of charge on the surface of the conductor. In the presence of such charges, the distribution will not be uniform. So, and the equations will be derived, will be having slight changes, and you will have a non-uniformity of charge distribution, which can be neglected in case of overhead transmission lines. So, this is the displacement of the conductors, where you will be having the capacitance which is being given, and I have two capacitance which is being formed due to the neutral point on the conductor. Due to this neutral point on the conductor, we have CAN and CBN. So let me write down here CAN equals CBN equals 2 times CAB. So that's why CAB was pi epsilon naught divided by ln of D divided by R. So 2 times pi epsilon naught divided by ln of D by R, which is in terms of farad per meter. So this is the representation which has been given, and you need to find out the overall area. Overall capacitance that is being present there. So coming to the final expression, the capacitive reactance Xc equals 1 divided by 2 pi Fc. You can substitute CAN here. So C refers to here CAN. Okay. So you can substitute it and you will be getting the value in terms of O meter. Okay. So these are the concepts which are to be made clear for capacitance of a single phase two-wire line. So let me read out the simple problem on a single phase wire line. A single phase wire line overhead transmission line, that is a single phase overhead transmission line, which is 30 kilometer length. So consists of two parallel wires, each of 5 millimeter in diameter and 1.5 meter apart. If the line voltage is 50 kilovolt and it is 50 hertz, calculate the charging current with the line being open circuited. So list down the two conductors A and B. So the diameter is said to be 5 millimeter. So what's the radius? If it is 5 millimeter divided by 2, that is 2.5 millimeter is the radius. Epsilon naught is being given. Line voltage is 50 kilovolt. Line length is 30 kilometer. And what is to be done? You need to find out the CAB. So CAB, it is given by this equation. So farad per meter, if you calculate farad per meter, just include all the data here. Okay. Next one, you are left out with the final expression as 4.3481 into 10 power minus 12 farad per meter. Now you need to keep it in terms of per kilometer value. So 10 power minus 12 farad per meter. What do you need to do? 10 power minus 9 farad per kilometer is being present. This 10 power minus 9 is taken as nano. So if you want to take the overall length of the transmission line, so you need to multiply it by the length of the transmission line. So which is 30 kilometer, and you are going to get 130.44 nanofarad. So that is being present there. And what you need to do now is you need to find out the charging current IC, which is V divided by XC. So V, you can find out, which is 2 pi f c, this XC I am writing here, 2 pi f c into V, that is, will get the overall term as 2.049 amperes. So V here is nothing but the line voltage. Okay, sorry, the phase voltage here. So V is nothing but the phase voltage, so which you need to write it here. So the line voltage is given, so 50 divided by root 3 if you need to do here. So that is the line phase voltage from the line voltage. VPH equals VL divided by root 3. So that's what you need to find out. C is being present here. So C, if you want to take it, the overall capacitance of the line. So the charging current over the line, entire line is C, which is this value, which is 130.44 nanofarad. V is being present there as 50 divided by root 3. That's how you need to find out. So in the next topic, we are going to move with the three-phase lines. Okay.